Why don't buildings ever get lost? Because they always stay in one place, but towers, they're always high. Now, that's a bit of construction humor to kick things off. You see, we humans have an enduring fascination with towers. These sky-piercing structures have always been a significant part of our architectural narrative, symbolizing ambition, ingenuity, and the indomitable human spirit. So if you've ever wondered how these tall structures come to life, brace yourself for a humorous journey into the world of tower construction. Imagine trying to assemble a piece of IKEA furniture without the instructions. That's why we start with a blueprint. Now, a blueprint for a tower is not just a fancy sketch that architects doodle during their coffee breaks. It is, in essence, the DNA of the tower. Let's break it down into three key components. First, we have the foundation plan. This is like the roots of a tree, providing a firm base for our towering giant. Then comes the structural plan, which outlines the skeleton of the tower. It's a bit like designing a suit of armor for a skyscraper. It needs to be strong, yet flexible. Lastly, we have the floor plan. This is where we decide on the layout of each level, determining where everything goes from the elevators to the restrooms. It's like planning a giant game of Tetris, but with real estate. So remember, a tower without a blueprint is like a joke without a punchline. It just doesn't stand up. You know how we all have that one friend who keeps us grounded? That's what a foundation does for a tower. Imagine if your best friend was tasked with holding you up, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sounds like a tough job, right? That's exactly what a tower's foundation does. It's like the unsung hero of the construction world, always there, always reliable, but seldom talked about. Just as you wouldn't try to balance a skyscraper on a toothpick, you wouldn't build a tower without a strong foundation. This is the mighty workhorse that distributes the weight of the tower, spreading it out so the structure doesn't just collapse in a heap. And here's the kicker. The foundation does all this while staying completely out of sight. It's like that humble friend who never brags about their achievements, but we all know we couldn't get by without them. So, a tower's foundation is its best friend, keeping it steady even when it's reaching for the stars. Now comes the fun part, building upwards. It's like playing with Legos, but bigger and a lot more expensive. Picture this. You've laid your foundation, your unsung heroes are ready, and it's time to reach for the sky. The first part of this lofty journey involves our trusty companion, the crane. These mechanical giants are the backbone of any skyscraper construction. They hoist steel, concrete, and all sorts of heavy materials way up high. Next up, the process of adding floors begins. Think of it as stacking pancakes, but instead of syrup, you're pouring concrete, and instead of butter, you're bolting steel. Each floor is meticulously planned and constructed with attention to the smallest detail. But let's not forget about safety. It's not all about being a daredevil on the high steel. Safety measures are paramount. Each worker is equipped with harnesses and helmets, and railings are installed to prevent any mishaps. Safety drills are conducted regularly because in this game, prevention is better than cure. So you see, constructing a skyscraper isn't just about building it high. It's about coordinating a symphony of machinery, manpower, and materials. It's about balancing the practical with the aesthetic, the grandeur with the grit. And above all, it's about creating something that stands tall and proud against the skyline. And that's how we go from a plot of land to a towering structure. It's just like playing Jenga, except you really don't want the tower to fall. So, we've built a tower. But let's take a minute to look back at our towering achievement. We started with just a simple blueprint, just like a chef with a recipe. We took that blueprint and built a solid foundation, because let's be real, a tower without a solid base is just a very tall disaster waiting to happen. Then, we got into the meat and potatoes of construction. We hoisted, we bolted, we sweated, and yes, we may have even shed a tear or two. But we persevered because, like a toddler with a new toy, we were determined to see this tower stand tall. And now, look at what we've accomplished. A tower, standing tall and proud, a testament to our hard work and dedication. And that's how you build a tower. It's not as easy as building a sandcastle, but it's definitely more satisfying. Until next time, keep reaching for the sky.